What up?
How are you?
I'm good. We working.
You working?
I'm saying we working. We got it together.
I was gonna say that's why they call you the hustler of the year, huh?
Shit, I be trying to work, man, at all times.
So first I want to tell you thank you for sitting down to answer the fans' questions and join us. It's been a long time coming. It seemed like the reschedule's been
Took a while.
way out. So thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to join us. I appreciate it.
For sure.
All right, so I'll start off with one of my questions, and then I want to get right into the fans' questions. You cool with that?
You know what?
All right, so my first question is, how did you get started being in the car culture? What started you to taking pictures?
All right, so I'm from Atlanta. I grew up in the Freaknik era, 94, 95. You know what I'm saying? So I was probably about 12, 13, maybe 11, 12, 13 in them years. And we used to have spots to go to like Mosey Park and Buckhead and all that stuff back in the day. So I was taking pictures with a Motorola Razr back then, you know, early 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, back when I had my cars and all that. So fast forward, I always had a passion for the cars since the Freaknik years. You know what I'm saying? Everybody used to bring their cars out back then, and you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. So
I don't know if at Freaknik what you was taking pictures of was cars, but I ain't gonna.
Well, I ain't gonna say I was taking pictures back then. You know what I'm saying? I was out there though. You know what I'm saying? So I just saw the culture then, the whole culture. Yeah. It wasn't just cars, but yeah. So that got me into it though, for real. And then, cause it wasn't like I had no big brothers or nothing that was into it or anything like that. But as I got older, I started getting around it and more folks who were driving and, you know, just started gravitating towards it. So I've been taking pictures for a while, but not until 2014 that I started doing the Whip Addict thing.
Okay. So what made you call it Whip Addict?
Honestly, I don't even know. Like when I started the page, I was trying to think of something, and I kept thinking of like Atlanta Whips or, you know, Atlanta something, but I was like, I don't want to just make it Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? So I honestly cannot even think of how it just popped in my head to say Whip Addict, but it did, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to just go with that. So I started the page. I had saved up like 100 pictures and just started the page off, you know, off some humbug. It wasn't nothing that I thought would be, you know, nothing major and nothing like that.
Okay, so we'll get right into the fans' questions. So first car, what car as a child influenced your passion for vehicles?
Like, when I talk about that Freaknik, like, it's just this one Cutlass, man, this yellow Cutlass, man, had them T-tops. I just remember we was in traffic and that man just stood up out that Cutlass, man, and turned on that beat. And that, I'll never forget that day right there. And ever since then, my first car was a Cutlass, an 84 Cutlass, back when I was about 17. So, like, really, G-body Cutlass, I done had those for a minute. So, I mean, I've been into those, and then I had a couple box Chevys, but I've been into all cars, man, from exotics, just new cars, to custom cars, all that stuff. That's why it's Whip Addict, you know.
Were you ever able to find out who that was with that yellow Cutlass?
Nah, hell nah. I know they were from some out-of-towners, you know what I'm saying? Folks came in from everywhere doing that Freaknik, so I know it was a click on them, too. It was a click on, but yeah, I just remember that, man, and that was so crazy.
Next question. What is your favorite event to attend?
So, like, if we talk about, like, most recent events that have been going on, like, of course, Stunt Fest is always a must-attend show. But, like, lately, Texas Whip Fest been real major. Midwest Fest been real major. Shout out to all my homies doing those shows. You know, we got major shows in Atlanta, three, four major shows in Atlanta with Wade and Street Whip. So, it's a couple of must-hit shows, I say those, you know, especially when you combine the racing and the show. But I feel like my parking lot turn-up shows, you know what I'm saying, where they can get in the parking lot and act food and stuff like that. That's why Midwest Fest going up so well, because they can, you know, fill it up and get a little loose, and 12 ain't tripping. So, shows like that.
This is a good question. Do you prefer car shows or a collaboration of car shows and races?
I honestly rather it separate because I feel like when it's racing, both take away from each other.
Right.
So, especially for somebody who's filming like me, who want to catch the show cars coming in and catch the races, it's hard to do both. And even if you're a spectator and want to get around and see both, it's hard to do both unless you're going to be sitting out there on the track, waiting for the cars to go down, or you're going to be walking around trying to catch some cars come in. So I like it to be separate. Like, I think that's why the Orlando stuff was doing so well this past week, because it was just racing. You know what I'm saying? They started it early in the week. Folks was down there getting it in. They got a good couple of races in, but it wasn't no pressure. You know what I'm saying? When you got that one day, that one show, and you line up them races, and some don't go right, this, that, and other, you get all these issues and folks complaining and stuff like that. Or you get the car show folks feeling like they getting left out because of the races. You know what I'm saying? So I started to notice that, like, the further folks having the shows and the car shows and the races at the same time, you start to see the kind of show cars kind of back off a little bit. They'll just come as spectators. They might not bring their car no more.
Right.
Yeah, so
is it fair to... Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to end it by saying I'd rather it separate, do maybe the race show Saturdays, so that way you can go all night, and then Sunday had a car show, you can do that early in that 6, 7, 8 o'clock.
Right. So, is it fair to say that you are a G-body guy?
I mean, yeah, got to now, because I got one, so trying to get this thing out here.
Just because you got one don't make that your preference. Like, me, I'm a G-body girl, but I grew up around dunks, so I'm kind of, I wouldn't put a dunk together for myself, but I love dunks. I grew up around them. Like, Florida is the dunk capital. So I've been seeing dunks since I was 8, 9 years old, like fixed up on rims and with music. But I don't even know why I love G-body so much. I don't even know why.
Well, the reason I'm saying I am now, and my first car was a G-body, you know what I'm saying? So, I got an affinity towards them, and I had like 5-box Chevy too, so I had a B-box, I had 2 bubbles too though, so like I really like them all, so it's hard to say which one I really am, you know what I mean? But I ain't gonna lie, I really had love them boxes, man. I haven't been able to get another box for a while, and I never had an LS box. I done had 5 boxes, and none of them was an LS, but I really miss them LS too. But,
well, your homeboys box everywhere. I'm pretty sure you can make a box happen.
Well, my big bro got one. We coming out. I'm bringing the colors and he bringing the box back out. So we gonna be back to back in them things this year. Put the thing together. So I drove it back from. We got it from Gary, Indiana. we got it from Chicago, but I drove it back from Gary. So I drive it 10 hours in that thing. Wow.
So would you ever throw a race yourself personally?
Yeah. I probably collab with somebody on something like that, because honestly, I only got into the racing end when the rims got there. I never grew up around races or racing or none of that. So only until, the rims started hitting the track, and I was basically just still trying to get the footage, you know what I'm saying? So, I started messing with it from there. So I would, because it's the thing with the track star, you can maximize your bread at the track, because it's hard to fill up a track, you know what I'm saying? You got to have a lot of cars. Now, if you fill up a track, you done made your bread for sure.
Right.
so that's why I like the track scene and the track show. But me personally, still, I'm gonna do probably first another parking lot show. You know what I'm saying? And just try and get the best of the best from around the country out to the show. That's my goal.
Right. What's your least favorite part about being a car photographer?
Least favorite? Damn, that's a good question. I don't even know if I ever thought of that. Maybe just trying to move around folks. When it's big car shows, and the newest, the most recent hardest car pull up, and you want to get the footage, but you got to kind of wait for everybody to kind of move around. I don't be tripping about it. I love it. It ain't really nothing bad about it. Me personally, I love working at my own pace, doing my own thing, taking pictures of what I want, posting what I want, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't got to answer to nobody or wait on nobody or ask nobody or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? So I love it, you know what I mean? I'm living the American dream, as they say, done found my lane doing this, so it's really hard for me to say anything I don't, but the least favorite is probably just trying to move around folks and just wait until you can kind of get a clear shot, you know, not being no asshole, tell the folks to move out the way or nothing like that. Oh, your homie say when it rain, yeah, when it rain does suck, definitely.
I would think it would be the disappointment, like a car that you have seen on the internet, and then you see it in person, and it's like, oh.
No, I ain't gonna. Well, you know that could be a thing, but I ain't never gonna be disappointed by that. You know what I'm saying? Because most time the camera gonna hide most things anyway. It's still gonna look good when you post. Now, personally, you might know something about the car. You know, I ain't gonna say nothing when I post it or nothing like that. But you know, personally, you might know it ain't as good as it might be in the picture. But you know it's hard to have a perfect car, man. That's what I done learned about this in the game. Like, even the cars you think are so perfect looking, it's hard to keep a car perfect because if you drive it, if you move it, anything, man, it's hard to keep them perfect.
Man, I done seen cars on the internet, and when I see them,
oh yeah, it's been some real makeup queens. I guess you could call it. I don't know what you want to call it. Like, it might not even be no filter or nothing, but it just be looking good in the picture. And then when you see it, like, damn, how did it hide all of that? But yeah, I don't bash nobody. You know, like I say, it's hard to have a perfect car. You know what I'm saying? Folks do what they can. You know, it's levels to this game. You know what I'm saying? So.
Like Rick Ross say, it's levels. It's levels.
Man, it's levels, man. You see it, man.
But you know what? What I have come to. I'm so diplomatic. Like, I'm like you. I can't bash them. I could, but it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be a good thing.
Yeah, it ain't no real reason to.
Right, but then this is the thing that gets me. Some of them same people will get on the internet and be like, you know what I'm saying, trying to flex like, and you be in your head thinking,
yeah,
that ain't it.
That's another thing. As somebody like me who really get around and talk to everybody, see a lot of stuff, and know a lot of stuff. You know, I can speak on a lot of shit, but it don't be. I ain't into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't never gonna. That ain't me. That's why I don't be all, going live and all, posting myself and nothing like that. I just be keeping it straight,
right.
Straight business, you know what I'm saying? But everybody who know me, know they can rap to me about whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, that's how it is. If you don't know me, you don't know that, you know what I'm saying? But,
so, how do you feel about the issues that people have with shops? So, like, I know people whose cars have been at the shop for a stupid amount of time, and the shop is still just stringing them along, or the person will get their car out the shop and it will be like not what they paid for. How do you feel about that?
Man, that's one of the biggest things I hate about the game, man. Like, I honestly can't even recommend nobody no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit over with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I started a shop with my bro. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, it's hard to get people that's gonna be down for the cause and do what they supposed to do, and can stand behind their work. For down here in GA, I see the Chi, I see South Carolina, I see Florida. You know what I'm saying? They got shops that get folks in and out, but everywhere got their issues with certain shops. But the A is different, man. The A is real different. Like, everybody spread around. It's one person doing one thing. You might have to take your joint everywhere around the state. You know what I'm saying? But I really wanted to get a one-stop shop type of thing going, but it is hard, man. I see how my boy Todd be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be hard to deal with everything, but the shops, that are getting folks' cars in and not doing what they supposed to do, that's on them, man. Like, you gotta stand on what you putting out, so like, that's my only thing I don't understand about when folks have a shop. Like, if you putting in motors, if you painting cars, if you doing suspension, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Like, you ain't gotta hold a nigga car forever. You ain't like, why? Like, still don't be understanding why. Even with owning the shop and being around shops, it still be kind of hard to understand why. Like, I still understand parts might be having to come in, or, you know what I'm saying, money might need some more bread, but I still don't understand, man. It really be hard to understand. Like, either shops taking in too many cars and just have a line where you know you down the line, but communication, I'm in it with this. Communication is key. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get somebody whipped right in time, or something going on, you messed up something, to make it right, communicate, and you should be good at the end of the day. So,
until I started doing my show, I had never heard the term deposit jobs. So it's shops that's just taking deposits from people.
Yeah.
Not really doing what they're supposed to do on that car, but taking that deposit to fix on the car that they should have fixed on before.
Right.
And so to be honest, the reason that I haven't yet finished my car is because I ain't gonna take it lightly. I'm gonna go drive my car through their shop about my money.
Right.
It's gonna be a whole now I'm in jail. And it's just, so I just been kind of, I hear so many horror stories from other people. It makes it hard for me because I know that it's only my money. I don't have no husband, I'm my financier. So when I give you money to do this is what needs to be done. And if it can't get done, don't take my money. But if you take my money, I'm finna go ahead and tell you this right now. If you take my money and you don't do what you said you was going to do to my car, then we got a whole nother issue. And now I'm on Channel 4 News and everybody talking about, dang, that's KP.
Now, look, I just talked to one of my partners there on the shop. He just had mentioned this, like basically taking the money as you do the work. You know what I'm saying? So if you do stop for some reason and something else came up, or you take it too long to get back to it, or anything else, you done got paid for what you done did. So if the customer want to take their car, the most everybody done lost is time. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, you should be able to just, if you doing part stuff, if you got to get the money up front for the parts, let the person know. You know what I'm saying? And you waiting on labor. Like, the only thing folks should be waiting on is they labor. If you got to come out for parts out your pocket, I understand you need to get that money. You know what I'm saying? But when you're doing a job for somebody, you can't get paid on that until your labor is done on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't be understanding why folks be holding up folks' cars, because why you want to hold up your own money for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then the folks that pay you up front, you want to hold off on their car because you already got the bread. You know what I'm saying? I don't be understanding that either. Like, you get the folks money, hold whatever you want to charge them. You get that up front. Because some of these niggas don't care about the bread. They like, oh, that's what you want, huh? And then still, they be the ones getting bad to worse. The ones who got the check.
Right. And then on the parts, what made me start my G-Body Parts Connect was people was messing me up on my parts for my G-Body. So that made me just start selling G-Body parts. I was like, I'm not going to screw nobody over. People going to get what they paid for. They're going to get pictures. They're going to get tracking numbers, because I know, and I ain't going to say no name because it's a very reputable person. I swear to God, I paid this person for my parts in June. I didn't get my parts till December.
Damn.
And if I say their name, y'all will be like, dang. But that's what made me start selling parts. I'm like, bruh, you ain't sent my parts yet. I could have drove to you and got my parts.
Right, pull it up on your head, cross country.
Right. So, and it wasn't even cross country. It was like, you know what I'm saying, a couple, some hours.
Damn, right.
You know what I'm saying? No, we're not doing that. But I'm just saying that's the thing that I think that most hurts. One of the things that most hurts our culture. The other thing is, so that's a question for you. What are the things that you think most hurts our car culture, racing or cars in general?
All right, well, so like I said about the racing, I ain't grow up in that life, so when they get to all the shit talking and money bidding and all that stuff, I don't know how deep all that stuff be going, so I don't know about all that, but as far as just, like, I don't understand, alright, so if you gon' tell a nigga how to make their shit better, then I see you critiquing their shit, like, on some real shit, but like, on some straight hating shit, I never understood that. Taking time out to comment about somebody else's shit, but that ain't got nothing to do with you. That ain't hurting you straight, or your car hard as hell, or whatever you got going on, or you might not even got no car. Either way, if it's some hating shit, I never understood comment. You know what I'm saying? So just stuff like that. But I know everybody can't get along in the game. You know what I'm saying? So to say the hating or the fighting or the shit talking back and forth, or when the niggas get mad at each other, that's bad for the game. That shit life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna get along. So, you know, the only thing I say bad for the game, we as black folks, we gotta step up and do as the shop owners, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, customers too. Everybody gotta just do what they say they gonna do their part. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your part, y'all. If you're selling wheels, like I say, if you sell wheels, paint cars, fucking whatever you're doing, just do your part. Take the car in, get the parts, do the job, get the car out. This shit don't be hard. It don't be hard. And folks, they gotta stand on it, man. Just stand on what you about. That's why I just kick it solo for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with everybody, but I'm just me. You know what I'm saying? And just you ain't never gotta ask nobody else about what's going on with me. You can always holler at me.
That's the real Mr. G-Body's favorite saying. He got me where I say it now. I say, I'm just doing my part. So anything I do in this car culture, I feel like I'm just doing my part. And he is the one who instilled that in me. But I agree with you. The down talking other people and the, you know what I mean, hating. I hate to use the word hate. That's like my least favorite word to use, but I do see it on a daily basis. You know, people, you know, you'll talk bad about me for what I do with my car, or you'll talk bad about me for what I do with my life, and I ain't even concerned about you. Like, I never even had your name in my mouth. I couldn't care less what you doing, really. And
what makes your opinion think like it really means some shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's some negative shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you think what you say finna make that man change anything or do anything that you want him to do just because you say so or feel so? I let folks live their life, man. I don't really try. If somebody asks me, I will tell you. But other than that, I ain't trying to change the way nobody living or riding or doing their thing. Like, come to me, ask me, we talk, we chop it up. You got some suggestions or some questions, we'll talk. But I let niggas live their life, man. I done seen too much. I don't put nothing past these folks, and shit be wild. I just like to keep it business, but I fuck with everybody who keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Who just keep it G. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand the put on stuff, but I love the cars, man. I love the creativity in the cars. I can't wait to bring mine to the streets. You know what I mean? So hopefully 2021 will be out there dealing with these stuff.
I think the place where I come from is I have just seen too many situations get out of control.
Right.
I really have. If I could sit down one day and a whole day and talk to y'all about the stuff that I done seen happen, where situations didn't even have to get to that, I just stay away from, you know, and even being a woman, I done seen situations with women and men get out of control. You know what I'm saying? So I don't do it. You know, I just don't do it.
For sure.
But I definitely understand. I understand. I wish in a perfect world we could understand that if we work together instead of working against each other, that things would be much better for all of us. Like the saying goes, many hands make light work. So if we uplift each other, think of where we could be, but that's just too much like right for us to do. Like, we're not gonna do that.
Like, I don't even be going that far, honestly, man. I just wish folks would let folks live. Like, as far as like with the like how I lost my dog this year. You know what I'm saying? Easy. Like, on some real life shit. Just find your lane or ask for help to get where you trying to get and keep working to get there. Like, niggas always want to take or always want the easy route. Like, stuff don't be happening overnight, man. Unless you're born with it. You feel what I'm saying? Unless you happen to catch. But on some hard work shit, on some longevity shit, don't nothing come overnight. So I just wish folks would take more effort into trying to find their own way instead of either taking or hating or, whatever you want to call it. But just because everybody can find their way in this game. It's money to be made out here any way you see it. You see the bread out here. So I done had nothing. I done been up. I done been living at home with mama. I done got back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been through a lot of shit. So I know how hard it can be. You know what I mean? I always hate when I, living down here downtown, I see the homeless folks all the time and stuff like that. And I just, that shit, I hate to see that shit for real. But like, I know you got to take it upon yourself to make shit happen, man. Like, for real. So that's my whole thing about people in general. Just do what you think is right, for sure, though.
Right. You definitely can make, because I never would have thought, and I'm pretty sure when you started your page all those years ago, you never would have thought you would be where you are now.
And that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, I started the page just, I was delivering food, like Uber Eats before Uber Eats. You know what I'm saying? Like, running around house to house or building to building and just catching cars as I would do that. You know what I'm saying? Started with my phone and saved up about 100 pictures. That's when I started the page and came up with the name and all that stuff. So my first page got hacked, but I was taking pictures of Range Rovers and Ferraris and all that type of stuff too, because that's what I was seeing down here in the city. So shout out to my cousin Kerry, my brother Will Dollar, and my dog Sheldon. They were like the first three dudes I filmed. Like, they had some custom shit. Was doing a video on my phone and just started doing it from there. And I love doing it. That's back when Instagram like 15 seconds for your videos. So I was just making little 15-second little custom videos and just took off from there. And I pull up on folks on the street. If I saw a hard car going down the street, I'd turn around and go, shit, can I get pictures of your car? I was hungry. I ain't gonna lie, I was hungry then. And shit, after about a year or two, and got my camera and started going to shows and started. Wade, shout out my dog Wade. He put me on YouTube, the YouTube game, and shit, I just been pushing hard ever since.
Right. So that's that's a testament to the fact that, like you say, you can find your lane and get in it, and you ain't even got to look back. And so, for so many people to try to, because Whip Addict lane is his lane, I don't have nothing against him. You get what I'm saying? If anything, he should inspire me to, if I want to be a car photographer, or what do you consider yourself, a car photographer?
Like probably a media creator more than photographer. Like, I ain't been to school or really took no lessons or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So
that don't mean nothing.
Yeah, I mean, but I still don't, man. Societal, terms, they'll call you what you are, if that's your profession, but I do more than just take pictures, though. You feel what I'm saying?
Content creator, media creator, you said?
Exactly. Yeah. Content creator, media creator, but I ain't gonna say I create content because, I don't be creating the content, but I just edit and chop it up and bring it to you, you know what I'm saying? So, but shout out to everybody who got the whips, man. Shit, without y'all, hell, what I be doing with this?
So is it full time for you now?
Oh yeah. YouTube pay the bills, man. Fortunately, probably about 3 years ago, I guess. So I've been doing Whip Addict for 6 years, I guess, and had the YouTube for about 5, 6 years too. And I think about 3 years ago, I was able to stop doing the delivery job as much and start doing the YouTube a little more, and it's just getting out and just getting footage, man. I don't hold my breath for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if I want to pull up, I'm gonna pull up, and if somebody hit me to pull up, I'm gonna pull up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I eat the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? If I ate off shoots and other methods, I do it another way. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta get that footage. You know what I'm saying? My whole goal is to have the hardest cars on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Through my lens, you know what I'm saying? Not having to repost nobody's shit or nothing like that. Just going to get the footage. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. If I gotta go out of state, if I gotta take a flight, whatever. And since I built the name to where it is, now I get requested. Now folks know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And folks want me to come and stuff like that. So that was the goal for the page, really, to just have folks knowing what it was before I said something.
Right. So what would you tell someone that's looking to get into what you do to try and get started?
Just pick up, really, it's so easy now. You just hit the shows, man. You just hit the shows and start making yourself known. You gotta build your page. You gotta build your name before folks really gonna start, trusting what you do, so to speak, or allowing you to come to their spots and shops and stuff. Like, I'm good in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? So I got put on by folks who I actually know who was messing with shops, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't just pulling up, goddamn, out the blue, like, hey, I do this, goddamn, let me walk around your shop and take pictures of cars and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just, look, my dog Taro just popped up. That's one of the first shops I went to, and Taro been down with me since day one, real talk. So, I'm trying to think. Shout out my dog Mike, man. Let that boy out. He the one brought me to Taro shop. So, I'm trying to think. And my cuz, just being with my cuz and catching stuff, like, just being out here, man. Like I say, I was riding back in the early years, 2000, 2003, 2004. I had little 24s, 22 spinning, all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm an old head.
So I know that I really believe in kind of giving people their flowers while they're here, and I know that you and I don't talk a whole lot, but I want to let you know that I appreciate you always being available for me to contact if I got an issue, if I need to know something. You never act any different when I see you. I just appreciate people who are genuine with me, because I know that I wasn't with you shooting in the gym. I didn't grow up in Atlanta with you, but you never treated me no different from somebody that you was with shooting in the gym. And I appreciate that, because it's a shortage of genuine people out here, just so you know.
Man, it's so crazy, because doing this, I done met so many, folks I feel like 100, you know what I'm saying? And I only treat folks how they treat me, you know what I'm saying? So I hate when I hear folks who don't get along with folks, folks who feel wrong by somebody or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't pick no sides, I look at what's right or wrong, you know what I'm saying? But I don't pick no sides. So, you know what I'm saying? If home right or home wrong, I'm gonna let you know. But at the end of the day, I still treat folks how they treat me. And like I say, I don't be attached to nobody like that who I don't fuck with. So, it ain't like I'm putting no eggs in no nigga basket anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I do me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be straight. So at the end of the day, I just like I say, I live and let live. I just want folks to be good, bro. I love seeing folks doing well out here. I love seeing folks get money, seeing folks build these cars. I love that shit. So everybody keep doing your thing. Got there, get your bread up, find your lane, all that good stuff.
So those were all of my questions. Do you have anything else you want? Oh, wait. Make sure you tell them about we know you're on YouTube. Make sure you shout out your YouTube channel. Make sure you shout out any other things that you have going on that you need people to know about. Merch, anything.
Okay. So I got a YouTube channel, Whip Addict YouTube. The Facebook is the official Whip Addict Facebook. Alright, so the website, whip-addict.com. Alright, so I'm gonna update the car show calendar this, in a couple of weeks when everybody start getting their shows out. Hopefully 2021 go as planned. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's gonna go on. But we were lucky to get out as many shows as we got out in 2020. Hopefully, everybody who attended stuff is straight, and I ain't heard nothing crazy about nobody. I know folks ain't got sick, but everybody that I fuck with still around. You know what I mean? So, I'm locked in with a Mighty Forge for 2021, man. So they got my wheels coming for the Cutlass.
Yay!
Yeah. So. Yeah, so we locked in, man. Shout out Solomon, shout out Ed. I think it's gonna be a real good 2021, man. We're gonna see what's going on. So, what else? Yeah, you can get some merch on the website. It got a link to the sweatshirts and t-shirts and all that stuff. I really been wanting to do a new logo. Honestly, that's why I ain't really been pushing nothing.
You know who can help you with that? The real Mr. G Body. He can help you with that.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna reach. I see you, dog. I've been seeing you. So yeah, I'm gonna have to reach out to you and see what I can make happen, man. I done spent money on something that that still ain't really what I've been wanting yet. So I mean, it's cool and everything, but it ain't really what I came up with. But what up, Gabe?
It did. My logo, I ain't never changed it. I still got the same logo.
I love yours. When I first saw yours come up, man, I love yours. Yeah.
And look, you never even noticed this. He incorporated everything. My show, which is the mic, my bags, which is with an N, and rims, and both of the D and the B.
Yeah, that's hard. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's hard. I think I even commented on it. When I first saw it. I was like, oh, yeah, I like that. That's perfect for you. So, yeah, I might have to reach out, because that's what I want. I want something kind of like that, like, man, I don't know. I need something to incorporate what I got going on. A car, a camera, or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
He definitely got you. Just reach out to him. Tell him KP sent you. He on here though. He'll know.
He on here, yeah. I've been seeing him for sure.
But you know what? It was so good chopping it up with you. I'm so glad we finally was able to get this done before this year was over. And you're absolutely right. This year was kind of I'm gonna tell you what this year taught us though. This year taught the working people that they gotta have some more hustles. That's one of the things. This year taught people that they could do shit that they never thought they could do. I created so much stuff in 2020 when it was the world was going crazy.
Right. It's crazy, right? It's crazy how I mean, I think the creative gap just it was crazy in 2020 because I never done better this year myself. You know what I'm saying? And I think folks gotta believe in their own hustle, like you saying. You know what I'm saying? Folks' own hustle is what got their bread. Whenever they got the bread, you know what I'm saying. Besides anything that happened with the relief and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying. But besides that, if you was really getting bread, if you saw a elevation in your creativity and your bread this year, because of that, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, congratulate yourself and feel good and keep pushing that, because that's all I'm finna do, to keep pushing into 2020 and see what I can do with the old 300 here and the old Cutlass and start to just keep going.
Right. I'm gonna definitely see you at the top, because you know what Jay-Z said? What's better than 1 millionaire? 2.
For sure, for sure.
So, thank you so much for sitting down with us. We really appreciate it. Anything else you want to say before we go?
Man, you know, shout out to everybody who been watching, everybody who been commenting. I've been seeing y'all. You know, I fuck with basically everybody who I seen comment. I know y'all personally, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, just keep rocking with me. I'm going to keep doing everything I can to bring y'all that footage and, you know, go up in 2021. Y'all stay safe.
We got you, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
All right, KB.
All right, have a good one.